exist.
The time, 20 to 9, just gone. With every new series of The Apprentice, each candidate enters in the hope of impressing Lord Sugar and winning the top prize. This year, the winner will have a different prize. It's £250,000, which will be pumped into their own business.
Well, no contestant wants to be the first to hear those dreaded words, "you're fired," but somebody had to. And this is how it happened last night.
Edward, one thing you need to learn in life is not to be ashamed of what you're best at doing.
I've got no shame in being an accountant, but I already was one. And that's why I think it's more important that I show I can lead.
But you can't. You didn't.
I did lead.
You didn't.
I did lead.
You didn't.
The reason
and
this room was so silent...
You know what I've done all my life? I've walked into factories throughout the world, and because I'm an expert in electronics, I look at something and I bang, see things that other people can't see. And here, basic, simple mathematics is what you do all day long for a day job, and yet what you've done is you're saying, I don't want to use my accountancy skills, I want to show I could do something else. That's nonsense, man, that's nonsense. You said on your resume that I'm Lord Sugar's dream. You know, with the greatest respect, you've been a bit of a nightmare. And so, for that reason, Edward, I've got to say to you, you're fired.
Harsh, bit harsh. I mean, you said it was a bit of a nightmare. Not really, you made a profit. It's just that the other team, the girls' team, made more of a profit.
Well, that's exactly it. I'm proud of what I achieved. Like you said, we nearly doubled his money. On the day, the girls won. Melody was absolutely fantastic.
Oh, she has been trained by Desmond Tutu, though.
And the Dalai Lama.
Exactly. I need to know where this university or school is. I'm going to get on that course.
What went wrong? Nobody wants to be the first out, do they? I mean, when you heard your name mentioned, you must have thought, oh.
Yeah, it doesn't obviously feel very nice to be fired, but, I've got to dust myself off. It's not how you fall, it's how you land, and I'm really positive about what's going to, open up for me, and I'm going to just sort of grab it with both hands. In terms of what went wrong, it was the juicers. They were rubbish, and they all broke. And
that's because he was pressing too hard down.
Yes. You told him to press more hard on the...
You know what? When they broke, I wasn't even bothered because they were just so useless. Squeezing by hand was better. Yeah. I expected industrial juicers, and I got
1,400 oranges. You didn't quite get through all of them. And there we are, looking. Yes. So if you'd managed to squeeze all those oranges, you would probably have won, actually, wouldn't you?
Country mile.
The criticism in the boardroom from other people, and not just Alan Sugar, was that you were an accountant who failed to use accountancy skills, or even acknowledged that you were quite good at being an accountant.
Well, what happened there is I do feel I'm a good accountant. I was trained by a big firm. I passed all my exams first time, and I'm not the sort of person to make a big deal out of it. Now, clearly, I worked things out as I was going along in my head. I just didn't write it down.
Or tell anybody else about it.
Well, I don't think that's fair. During the process, I told the whole team, guys, at this point, we've just broken even. From now on in, we're in profit. I'm not sure many PMs on The Apprentice could pinpoint the moment they broke even, so I did know what was going on.
Do you think you raised your neck above the parapet a bit too early? Here's the moment you volunteered to be project manager, and we'll get your answer afterwards.
You'll do it.
For the boys, a lone volunteer, Accountant Edward.
What are you going to bring to the table?
Yeah. Just some rationale, just common sense, just some leadership. We're going to roll with the punches.
Has anyone else got a pitch as well?
No, basically, I'd rather know exactly what type of experience he's got. I don't want to just say yes and then come back and say, well, actually, we should have questioned him from day one.
Do you want to be the leader?
I'm not saying I want to do it, but basically, I run my own business.
If you want to lead it, you lead it. Because I can't have you leading it, ducking out when something hasn't worked.
Look, obviously, I'm here to win. I'm not going to... I'm here to win every single task.
Yeah. Who's up for Gavin? Put your hand up if you want Gavin to lead. So we've got two. So it's Edward.
All right, done. Okay, let's make it.
Congratulations.
So what was your tactic there? Go for the first one? Always easier to go to be project manager for one of the first tasks?
if I'm really honest, there was no tactic. I'm not a tactics type person.
Wasn't that a mistake not to be a tactics person?
It's not me, and I'd rather just be me. And the whole putting myself up was literally, we were all squabbling and whatever. There was no direction, and I was just making the suggestion, guys, to get anywhere, we're going to need a leader. And I think it's very weak to suggest you need a leader without putting yourself forward. And so, of course, I did. And, you know, I don't regret that.
We were just talking to Vladimir Klitschko's heavyweight boxer. He rolls with the punches. You love to roll with punches. You said, I'm going to roll with punches about every 5 minutes.
Did I?
Yes. Yeah. Did you not notice that?
No, yeah, rolling. Yeah.
There must be a book or something where you pick up these things, because you had another one a little earlier. It was very nice. It's not how you fall, it's how you land. Was that?
That's exactly it. Yeah.
When you're rolling with a punch, it's how you land.
Yeah, and there was another one of the Apprentice candidates said something. Don't ask me to reach for the stars when there are footsteps on the moon.
Yes,
Is there a
reach
no?
for
The
the
sky's the limit.
That's it. That's the one.
And you know what?
Yep.
That's one of Melody's, and I've been using that because when people have been saying, what you're doing now, what you're going to be doing, moon's the limit.
The Dalai Lama may have told us that.
The moon's the limit.
The moon's the limit. Yeah, probably. It sounds a bit like that, doesn't it?
Listen, commiserations. It's not easy to go out first round.
What are you doing now, by the way? What are you off to do?
I'm going to attempt to get the nation into Afghan cuisine. I think. Well, this is it. I know this country loves Indian food, and Afghan food is very similar in that respect. So there's absolutely no reason why they wouldn't like it. And I think, you know, we've been there 10 years. Why not know a bit about their culture, which obviously food is part of?
Well, wish you luck rolling with the punches.
And I'd love to give a lot of the profits to Help for Heroes, because I want the nation to know I'm half Afghan, but love the boys, the servicemen and women, doing a fantastic job, and I want to support that as well.
Well, that's a great aim.
All right.
Good luck to you. Thanks very much for coming in.
Cheers, Edward. Thank you.
Edward Hunter.
The Apprentice is on again tonight at 9 o'clock, and if you missed last night's episode, you can watch it on BBC iPlayer.